The tectonics. Okie dokie. I can't believe it's Thursday. What have I been doing? See, it's just been nothing but rain, rain, rain. Rain, rain, go away. Come back another day. So it's just been frickin' raining all the time. Some things happen. I sent away once again to get this Australian tax pack thing sent to me, because it just like 3 weeks went by, and so when I clicked the button to get another one sent to me and ordered another one, then it came in the post. And I'm like, hey, where are we going? What's going on right now? And it showed up anyway. So right, that showed up because I got to do this tax bullshit, and then I want to do my Aussie one prior to doing the Japanese one, because I end up paying double tax, and the more you earn, then the more they try to extract from you to keep you down. So because you got to pay more in health insurance and all this shit. And I reckon I deserve something back from Australia at least, because all that fuel and shit I pay, god damn it, like thousands of dollars in fuel. Right then, now, what's the plan? Not going to do some push-ups this morning. Should do them later today because I forgot to bring some food. But we're going to finally be able to get some things done. Yeah, just rain, rain, rain. Over the course of it, we're going to have a light bit of rain tomorrow. What is this, the frickin' Weather Channel? A little bit of light sprinklings apparently on tomorrow, but we're going to be seeing like 31 degrees and stuff. Now 31 degrees might not sound that much when you're in frickin' Perth or whatever, Perth as they call it, you know, because it's like, but 31 degrees in Japan is like 530 to whatever 1 degrees in Australia because of the humidity. So it's going to start getting real humid. Yeah, I would take dry heat over humidity any day. It's like walking in the frickin' into Cairns or into Darwin going Troppo. Well, it's not that bad, but anyways, comparatively so. Now, I contacted a few people and said, hey, I want to send you these things, but I need your phone number because the freight company needs your phone number. That went on for like a week with these dudes, and they're like, oh, yeah. And they sent it to me, so getting that sorted out, that's something I have to do right now. I did send 10 boxes on Monday, so I got that done. So some things are happening, and because my life's so exciting these days, unfortunately I'm not waking up in jail every other day and wondering why I'm in there, and they say, all right, and which means you were drunk. Shit, good times. So my life is far more exciting than that now, just going out and being the notorious Mr. ABAREBUGYO, Kaki Papachin. Yeah, I did something even more exciting, which was I went to the supermarket, otherwise known, aka the supermarket, and which is a long way from where I reside at the ranch. It's 90 seconds walk, yes, bloody long way. Anyways, and I picked up some Cubby spray. Yeah, very exciting. In fact, 2 bottles of Cubby spray, and I sprayed the shower and the toilet. What an exciting life. See, that's why you come to this channel. Anyways, so I did that. I'm trying to account for actual things that got done over the last 4 days. Surely there's other shit that I did. Sitting there waiting for it to stop raining, that's what was going on. See, this water, delish, comes straight off the mountains, and it's good. But yeah, it's been really, really downpouring. So yeah, I fly into Japan going, yeah, I'm going to go to the beach every day. Isn't that going to be great? No. Timing was a bit shit. Which is typical apple of eye. Okay, now, oh, I should block out the number of my rig, because I'm afraid that some bad people might dox me. Oh, I live just over there. Anyways, I'm coming off the highway to hell, and there's these cops and they're hiding behind these pillars, and they try to get you for anything. If you don't have a seatbelt on, that's what they're doing. I tell you, they're always trying to get you. You know, when the economy goes to shit, they put on more and more pressure to try to extract more out of the slaves, and it's counterintuitive. All this overbearing dome of just everyone knows that they're so subjugated by, you know, they're trying to get you, and the problem, create a problem, and look, oh, if they're given this stuff called money, the problem goes away, you know. So it's so counterintuitive, because I'm better than everyone else and I know things. I recognise, hey, that's one of those women that is single in their 40s and all they do is jog. Really, that it's a thing. Bloody fit though. Run rings around me. So it's counterintuitive, which is, that's a fancy word, isn't it? Counterintuitive. Don't ask me to spell it. Anyways, so it turns out that the slaves know throughout their time, like a lot of them removed themselves from this world because of the just the stress of working 500 hours a day, and they change a lot of that now, which is great, because it's sort of waking up to it and realising, fuck, the more you pressure people, the more you extract from the slaves and try to get more efficient slaves, the slaves go, well, why the fuck should I breed? If I breed, right, with that lateral thinking, he goes, well, that means my offspring will just be fucking slaves, right? And so the more and more pressure to extract, it's all about extracting wealth and subjugation, and then they go, oh shit, population decline, why is that? Duh. So there you go, because I know things, because I'm better than you obviously, but you know, it's just because I'm far too modest. Now, right, so more freedom, right? Then people will want to bother to consider that life is worth doing. Philosophy, it's a new kind of religion. Yeah, you see it everywhere. You can't believe there's a certain time of year where they're just everywhere trying to extract from the slaves. See, you want a greater population, you create. It's quite the thing now, you know, this aging population and these younger people expected to pay for the older people and all this sort of thing, and there's less and less food being grown. Not that you'd think that right now, but I have another suggestion to solve the issue of the population decline. See, back in my day, son, I had this thing called a sin bin, a panel van, and we go to the dusk to dawn drive-in movie theatres, a whole bunch of young people. We all got our cool cars and mag wheels and good-looking girlfriends. Yeah, I lived, man. Oh yes, I have lived. And there's many out there. Can be the Testament. This is the Old Testament of I, the Book of I. So Japan should go, alright, well, fair enough, there's a lot of people moving into the cities and a lot of people aren't doing farming anymore and all that kind of shit. So, you get spots like this, turn them into drive-in movie theatres, right, and get young people go, whoa, we could have some freedom here, we could go to these places without all this overbearingness, with the eyes watching you everywhere, take our girlfriends, watch the movies. Dusk to Dawns were fantastic, right? And not this new shit films, but old school, excellent stuff. And before you know it, you'll have a frickin' population explosion. Now, I won't have to go into what I was doing back then when I was 18, 19, 20. Right? But every single one of them, the cars, the theory is, if it's rockin', don't bother knocking. See, you don't have to be a super genius like me to solve the issues. All you got to do is listen to me. So that's going to solve the population problem. Alright? And yeah, drive-in movie theaters, they were the shit. I mean, imagine the computations of figuring out how many pregnancies were created from watching the movies. Alright, so that's what we need. Drive-in movie theaters. We need to bring that back. A revolution. In you know, the government needs to go, oh shit, why the fuck didn't I think of that? Warriors, come out to play now. Warriors, come out to play. Oh, cool. The Tunny fella's here. See, when the rain stops, shit gets done. Right then. Now, the next step, doing something about this. Plonking it over here. Right. Move all that shit. Clean all this. Ah, alright, we're getting there. Now, basically just sliding stuff over there. Oh, no one's watching this shit anyway, due to the suppression and censorship. The algorithm just went, oh, this video is taking a whole lot longer than expected. Yes, hang on. Algorithm. Censorship. Yeah, wonder if Siri, Google, Alexa caught that one. Suppression. Channel suppression. Yeah, but I don't give a fruit tingle. But that's so many. The truth. I hate the word. Like I hate how all truth is in thee. Alright now, certain things you're just not allowed to say. Don't want the monkey apes to be awake now. Yeah! I want them woke, not awake. Uh-oh, algorithm. The trooper. It's starting to fade away. I figured I might be having some oil reservoir issues, so I squeezed in a little bit, but no, she still spits out. So it turns out, so I had to modify this thing when I first got it. I got it for like the equivalent of 20 bucks, and it doesn't have, it's not, I had to bypass some electricals because of the regulatory mechanical electrical flux capacitor, and so I just plug it straight into the wall, and just hope that this pressure valve, well, it's got a spring in here, see, when it gets up to a certain amount of pressure, it'll force this open, and then spray all over myself. Yeah, let's do that again then, because you're stupid. Yeah, but it's kind of cool. Yeah. Alright, so you do that. Bit of key eye, obviously. And you, with these dealy wheelies, you see down here, there's a valve that you can open up because they get moisture inside, and they say they can explode and just go freaking. Oh, that could be a good video. And they can explode. Yeah. And so every now and again, like every 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever, because what happens is they rust inside the tanks, and then they get to a point where they're highly pressurized. And I've never seen it happen, but I've watched a lot of videos that never seen it happen in real life. Anyways, so I surmise that it's just rings are getting a bit worn, so it's not really pressurizing anywhere near what it used to, but it still works good enough. But yeah, I had to bypass this electrical, mechanically. I don't really understand how it really works. I could bother to learn, but I never did bother because I have a spasmodic approach to work. That's his report card. Now, never fucking changed it. But the old girl still. Hey, there's Masumi's-san. What's he got on the back there? I might just have to have a bit of an investigation. The tunny fella's not here, but one of his rigs is here, so I know he's got his other rig, so he's out scrapping. Right, lose this. Got that cleaned out up the top there. Get this sorted out here, and then and I'm finding stuff that's not listed, and clearly there's stuff here that's just not listed. Got some awesome stuff. They're the real deal. Yeah, they're good. Getting around to it. Right, let's go and see Masumi-san. He's probably got some good shit. Right. Tunny fella just showed up. Righto. He's got his other rig. Looks like they've been out scrapping, so they've probably got some cool shit. Now, I'm going to say to him, hey, take that. A lot of this shit he will want. So, we'll get that. All this. I wanted to do this for years, like years ago, but I never got around it because I was just pissed all the time. There he is. Hi. So I'm finally getting around to it. Proper stock take. Yes, I always wanted to do that, to actually have an idea of what I'm really doing. Because I used to have loads of awesome shit, hey? And just over the years it sort of disappears. Yes, I think those things are listed. Got a couple of these things listed, haven't I? Yes. Yeah, these are real deal. That's Edo period, real deal samurai Jingasa stuff. Oh, there's another one. That's where it is. That's the real deal. That is listed. See, it doesn't have any cushioning anymore, but that's the real deal. Like the samurai wore that. Alright, you can go back there, only to never be found again. Right, right, what was I going to do? I'll do that later. 20 years later. Not that I can really remember what I did with this, but this battery was dead. So then I reverse polarity'd it. And sometimes you can get a reverse polarity charge a battery and get it going again, and that's what happened with this, but it's not holding a charge now, so it was good for a while, and then it sort of won't hold a charge now. But now that that's reversed, and I can't quite remember how I... So the size of these clamps are actually different, so you don't mess it up. And then I've somehow bypassed the battery and sort of done some bullshit. Oh, there we go. No, I can't. There's some zapping, so I don't know if I've actually... Ooh! opposited, and then yeah, I've opposited and opposited. So, that's kind of weird, so I might have to redo that again, because I might have had this for a normal battery but not for this battery. Let's see how that goes. I can't remember. Let's do nothing now. Oh, stop being so silly. Stupid bloody silly thing. Let me just... Why are you doing that? You're all tangled. Right, now let's just do that. And hopefully it doesn't go bang. Now, yeah. Put that on there. What's going on here? We're going. What's going on right now? Yeah. Whack that in reverse again. She's working, and yeah. Excellent. Okay. Well, sure, yeah. Let's try some radio. Yeah, rock and roll. Whack that back on there, and we're golden. Okie-dokie. Alright, so the remote worked and everything, so fantastic. So I've got it set up for the reverse polarity. I couldn't remember what I had going. Hey, wouldn't you love to have this when you're a kid? God damn, this is great. It's even got a real deal radio. It's got a USB port, SD card thingy-majiggy wiggies. Away by moonlight shadows. So rad. I don't know how to do it, but somehow you can get the radio. It's got line, or whatever that means. Thingy-majiggy wiggies. Oh, there's a radio. It's FM. FM radio, and then you can somehow tune it. There we go. What? Oh, look at that. It's tuning. Isn't that just fantastic? Oh, that was radio. Wow. I don't know how to stop it or anything, but no, it's awful reception around here, but they're running radios, so that cancels out. So we are getting good, for some strange reason we are getting good reception now. I think it's just my warehouse's shit reception. 1,5000 bucks, yeah! Cool. Mitsumi-san, where'd you go? Oi! この電気ね、ちょっと OK でも、まだまだ、忙しい？どうぞ。いいよ。後で。Okay, got it going. So that's good. Yeah, that can carry my weight, alright? And I can, well, you know, I'm a grand total of about Ronnie Mac kilos. But, yeah, you know, you can seat a couple of Tigers in here, and what a blast. What an absolute blast. And you know, you got your reverse and forward, and automatic, and they're just cool. Righto, it just needs a clean up. I would prefer to have see that battery died, and sometimes we get to the same situation with this really. It won't hold a charge anymore. Preferably having one of those batteries, but apparently they're pretty difficult to get. I would also prefer to have a normal battery in here, so then reverse these again. Why am I talking like that? But I think I've just gone and wired it sort of whatever's, because these are different sizes. The poles are different size, but this is reverse polarity now just to get it to go again. Yeah. But alas, she works, but that battery's going to die soon. Cool. All right, that's sorted. Now, they found awesome suspension. What a unit. Now, you don't really have many places to play with these things in this land, because they're awesome. Don't really have locations to play with these things. I mean, in Australia or the States, that'd go like that, would be able to sell it. This arc welder here, we established that this thing here, and to get the magnifying glass, has asked me about it. He's like, what's going on here? And I rarely seen this old school type, but that's 200 volt range. It's only 250, but 20 amp, 250. We've got a 200 amp. 200 volts. I actually had to wire this up, put a new plug on this thing to get that going with this 4-pin design. And this thing here, this runs actually, I've seen this something similar to this before. Down here it shows you that you can set up for 100 volt, which is standard, and also 200 volt. But this actually runs just the 2 pins, the 2 wires, rather than the 4. Now, but this old arc, I mean, we could get it running and all that, but this old beast, they don't want these things anymore. No one wants these bloody things anymore. It does have everything there, and I did want to have another arc again, but I've got the MiG, and they're just way better. But yeah, we've got the standard. That's your standard type, and that right there is your 200 volter. But the tunny fella found actually a lead for this, but it's got 2 to 2, alright, which is expected. I couldn't be asked trying to figure out how to. It's probably just the 2, but it doesn't have a. It'd be easy to do, but it doesn't have that earthing. I guess you earth through that and through when you're using it. Too old, too beastly, too heavy, and I couldn't be asked messing with it, so we're just going to scrap it. That's alright. Alright, my work is pretty much done here. If we can find another battery, it's usually got plenty of batteries around, and we might flog that off to someone that's keen on, that likes to work on stuff. Alright, now some old Windows 10. Look, Windows 10, it's old. Hey, what we got now? Windows 50 or whatever. See, Japan, Windows 10. I've got a Windows 10. Windows 11 now, are we? Or coming out another one? I don't know. But that's old now, apparently. Anyway. Right. I'm gathering a whole bunch of metals and stuff now. Hey, there you are. Oh, okane. Okane jikan. Kashite. Ima bimbo, ima okane mochi.
今貧乏、いつ
貧乏。
も貧乏。
あ、いつも貧乏。そうよ。あ、で、車ね、で、電気、今 OK。でも、多分あと2日ぐらい、電気やばいね。多分ベスト、いい電気、プラス、マイナス、これ、プラス、マイナス、チェンジ、ね、リバース、ね。でも、今 OK。これ、多分ベスト、電気チェンジ、and normal style ね。パワー。もうパワー欲しいね。そう、パワー。少しだけパワー。そう、電気弱い。前にちょっと、ちょっとパワー弱い。So, これ change? OK。Radio ある？FM ラジオあるね。これラジオ。
ラッキータクシーグループは
いいね。
KBC 水と緑のキャンペーンを応援しています。
じゃあこれ、German ね。これもしこれ change? 大丈夫。これイラン。ちょっとめんどくさい。めんどくさい。ゴミする。
バラバラバラバラバラバラ。
そうね。
はい。
今いっぱい鉄コレクションあげるね。OK。じゃあ、もうちょっと。あなたのタバコ、私の倉庫の中に。あった。OK。じゃあ、いいよ。So that's kind of getting done. And then I was messing about with that stuff, and I'm moving a bunch of that shit there. And then I was sort of looking at this, and so I welded that up, and I got it working there, but the blade itself was all rusty, and I'm looking at it, I go, man, I couldn't get this undone. I think if I can just get one off, that'll slide out, won't it? And so the conscience is like, you know what, you can do a better job of this. Yes. So what I'm going to do, actually, should be sitting like that. Oh shit, I should be sitting like that. Let's see. Maybe I can't do a good job of it. But anyways, thinking of at least clean up the blade. Yeah. You can do this. You can do this. Yeah, so if you're going to pass it on to someone else, at least have it half decent. I might have a go at putting that back in its correct spot. Because that's overrun there. That might be one of the original issues that it was facing. We're getting there, we're getting around to it. It's just one of those things. The old WD-40. She, as they call it. Seriously, they call it she. Yeah, why don't you call it CRC? And then you won't have to call it she. The level of English in this land, I would say it's because they don't want, at the time, they didn't really want to speak English, alright? I mean, do you really want the occupiers' language? Well, you'd rather have the gaggy goo goo bubba boo boo, could be possibly maybe baby language, but anyway. Yeah, God, get on TikTok and have a rager about it. So that's not right, is it? We might be able to do something with this. Now, yeah, I reckon they really, might have just sort of said, hey, we're well keen on speaking English. Yeah, I have my doubts. Now, maybe now they're like, fair income about it in order to do something serious about the the economy. It would help a lot. You know, they say there's more. Look at the Chinese economy around. They say there's more Ching Chongs. Yeah, I can't say that. More Chinese that speak. I'm not at war with China. Take it easy. More Chinese that speak English than there are in America. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Now let's let us. So what's supposed to hold this blade? What is that supposed to do then? How is that? So we need a Chinese engineer. They'd be able to work this shit out. Why have that there anyway? That slipped off that thing. Right. Alright, so okay, I get it. So that just pushes that in. But I'm thinking if that was not there, what's actually holding the blade? What holds the blade? Oh yeah, so the blade, there's not a recess there. Aha! That goes all the way through to there. I see, said the layman. But still, why wouldn't that just be wonky? Is that attached to this? Is the blade actually attached to this attachment? So that and that is the blade. Like this is, that's attached. Is that like welded to that, isn't it? Am I talking to myself? Why don't we just get into it and see if we can turn this thingy-majiggy. Plot thickens. So just as I suspected, this that was just sort of bent and then it was just kind of stuck there, but it wasn't really. So I was thinking, how the hell is the blade connected to that? So I'm thinking maybe this whole unit somehow, as you attach it to that, the base part holds it in. Yeah. Bit of key eye on that one. The base probably sits against that thing there. Possibly, maybe, probably no. Do that. Keep out the mushies. Wouldn't that be the case? But that whole unit goes like that. Bit of key eye. Right, and then you bolt that up to that, and that unit there slides on there, so when you lose. Fucking genius, that's what I am. Yep, tell you what, me and that old musky bloke, we're going to Mars. Now, you do that. Okay, so, next step is to clean up. Now, if I put some like kerosene or something, right? Do I have any remnants of kerosene? To have the nice ice flavored kerosene. How about we just clean it up to a reasonable extent? Yeah, that'll do. Right. Now, I'm not going to jump up and down and say, you know, like call this a full resto. Full resto! No, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to happen. But the, tell you though, it's coming up real good. Right then, that one went that way. And that one, yeah, not that matters, but okay. Now, I was thinking about when mechanics put stuff back together. And I go, how did that go again? Bent one to the top of the upside down thingy-majiggy, like when they're doing drum breaks and stuff. Now, you know what's cool about this land? Like back in my day, about 8,000 years ago, in Australia, we had fuck all, just like Bogey. And anyways, we just didn't have anything, did we? In this land, I tell you, there's so many things you can do. You know, there's just so much going on, and there's so much you can get into that you sort of like and stuff, or whatever. Today, generally, like when I'm in Australia, whatever, and usually here, you've got to have your phone on you all the time. You're married to the bastards, you know. And no, I didn't bring my phone. I was like, no, just leave that there. And like in Australia, I have to have my phone on me all the time, you know. The other one I use for Australia. And it's like, it's just so refreshing not having that, being able to push that shit away. Wouldn't it be great to push all this electronic stuff away out of your life while I talk in this electronic thing to you? It's all very strange. But anyways, I'm going to go and show this to the tunny fellas. Hey, this is conscience cleaned. I'll just put it all back together and conscience cleansed. Well, it all went back together, kinda. Problem is this thread in here, or that's this. The thread's all bodgy, and it's just not really the safest of things. I mean, if I was in a tool making shop and I had to fix it, I would do something about that. But I don't know. I don't want to fuck around with it anymore. And so, I mean, I would just make up something else here, cut that off, and then put a different thread on there, or something like that. But I think that's probably one of the original problems that it was facing. But it's just not as safe as I would like it to be, so I'm just gonna call it and say fuck it. We'll just get rid of it. It's not as safe as I want it to be, that's all. Alright, well the tunny fella's sorting through his separating stuff like iron, copper. He's cutting bits and pieces up, and electrical stuff, and so he's got a lot to deal with today. So often I just chuck stuff on the back of his rig, but some things need to be like you couldn't just chuck that straight in, sort of thing. So I mean, it's one of those dealy wheelies where it's on your conscience. You're like, such a motai nai, which means a waste to chuck it. And once again, it's really close to having it working good. All I gotta do is just cut off a piece of thread bar. I'm sure I've got some over there. Weld that on, and maybe I've got a couple of taps in there. Might be able to clean up the threads there, and yeah, there's a bit of thread bar right there. You know, and then just grind a groove in the thing. I think that'll do. Yeah. Just like those things where you fucking couldn't use that. I don't think I'm ever going to use this. Get rid of that. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to use this. But then you go, hey, remember when I had one of those? Never throw tools away. That's the philosophy. Right, now I'm going to stop dawdling around. There was a good waste of time. And get back into what I was doing. So we're coming up with an idea to sell that as a resto repair job. So let's just do that. Oh, one-handed. Oh, that's bright. Yeah. じゃあ僕はこれ持ってくるよ。いいよ。I think I figured out why. So I've got 4 pages of these hieroglyphics. Shoot, maybe it's even more than that. Let's have a look here. See if this still works. Yeah! Oh, it does. Alright. 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh no, 5, 6, 7. Make that 7 pages. Oh, I'm only that far. So that means I have to. Brain said, for some strange reason, that I can do this in 4 days. It's going to take 4 days to do. Brain works in mysterious ways. I don't know how Brain knew that, but Brain sort of seems to know more than I do. Now, Brain said it's going to take about 4 days to do this. I figured if I just do a page a day, but memory not served, turns out I'm going to need to do 2 pages a day. Oh, stupid bloody can't dawdle as much as I usually want to. Oh! Yeah. Alright, that'll have to do. I only got 1 page done. Does that mean I have to do 3 pages on tomorrow? I could blast through it, but I just keep finding all this stuff, and then I'm like, hey, I could use that in Australia. Let's go test that. And just I haven't gotten anywhere near as far as I would have hoped, but moved a lot of stuff anyways. Moved a lot of stuff around. Shit. Shit. The algorithm gonna get me that one too. Alright now, right. Give that tub to the tiny fella. I reckon he could use that. Right, we're just going through and compiling and sort of compiling and that's about all I'm doing with that, and a few things, found a few things here and there, and I was hoping to sell those ages ago. These awesome zabutons, the real deal from a temple, Buddhist temple. I have to go buy a sea freight because they're really sort of big and heavy, and anyways, right, that'll have to do. I haven't even gotten in there. It's amazing how you kind of find shit, and all this shit I found, I'm like, hey, I didn't know I still had that. Yeah, alright, that'll bloody do. Let's get on the highway to hell, get back to the ranch and get some food in my guts. I haven't eaten all day yet. Is that like a pheasant or something? What's that? Oi! No, it's not a pheasant, is it? Just a chicken. It's not a chicken, it's a pheasant, isn't it? Yeah. Generally pheasants, that can't be. What is that? That may just take off usually, and maybe he's hurt. Doesn't seem too bothered about me. It's not a chicken. It might be tasty though. In which war has been their occupation for 1,000 years. Hey! How did I just get transposed into this? What's going on here? Oi! What am I doing here? Some kind of birds are around here. Ooh! Oops. Right then, what am I doing here? Ooh! For some reason I've been transported into here. Maybe Musashi's around. He might be around here somewhere. What's going on? Uh-oh. Musashi. He's got the Nito. Oh, shit.
Elemental forces caused the egg to hatch. From it then came a stone monkey. The nature of monkey was irrepressible.